What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Nintendo Land, and just now, Byleth has just dropped from Fire Emblem 3 Houses into Smash Bros. Ultimate, and we are looking at what potential combos this character has. Of course, there will be future follow-up videos showcasing the character in online matches and other battles to see exactly what are the best moves this character can perform to get you guys the win. But right now, we're looking at what combos can Byleth create, and of course, since the character just came out, none of these are completely confirmed, but there's just some stuff that I've been playing around with, and I thought you guys would want to check out. So let's get into the video. So right off the rip, Byleth's up air is actually exceptional, and it hits multiple times above his head, obviously. And the way you can set things up like this is throw the enemy up in the air and follow up with an up air. This will pretty much always connect unless they're a little lighter than normal, but I can see this being very hard to DI out of. So just straight up throw into up air should be a relatively easy combo to get the game started. Something else you can play around with is his up throw into up B, which acts like Joker's up B, but instead of pulling the enemy down, he pulls himself upward towards your opponent, and that way you can jump off of them for extra height. We'll look at exactly what this can do later off the stage, but right now an up throw into up B could also lead into some other things in case your opponent is off guard and catches on to your up air follow-up. Now his down throw I liked a lot better because it just simply pops up the enemy just in time for you to follow up with another attack perfectly, and it puts them at a pretty good spacing. I can see this being kind of complicated at higher percentages, so I recommend this be a starting off combo. So pretty much some things I did was throw him down and follow into a forward air and maybe a dash attack at the end. If your opponent is struggling to get off the ground, you could maybe even follow up with a forward smash, but angle it downward towards your opponent as he will be laying on the ground. Now the odds are your opponent's probably not going to hit the ground, and this isn't a true combo, but it is something that you can practice with. Just don't use the bow here, that is a very slow weapon. But pretty much like I said, down throw into forward air is almost guaranteed. And then any follow-up is really going to be you reading your opponent and seeing the way they move. Most of the time, I'm pretty sure a down throw into forward air followed to a dash attack will probably do enough damage and, get them at a very low percentage, at least. His up tilt also follows into some combo game because he actually swings a sword over his head almost like a smash attack, which pops the enemy upward. So I use two up tilts in order to get the enemy up in the air and follow it with a simple either up air or up B. And I kind of combine both in case your opponent is just really not paying attention to what you're doing, and you can throw him off with that up B. The up B probably won't work all the time because it's a little slower to get out. The lag of the move is, kind of affecting the determination if you're going to hit your opponent or not. So I would go with two up tilts followed by an up air. The bow is an extremely slow weapon to pull out, and if you want to charge it all the way, it's going to take a mighty long while. So the only reason you should ever charge this weapon up is if your opponent is far off the stage and there is a giant gap between you and your opponent horizontally. That's the only time I can ever see it hitting. You don't have to hold it down, but I just really don't like this bow. It doesn't feel as smooth as the others in the game, such as all the different links. This one comes out very laggy, so I don't really know if there's a situation that you would even use this. There's definitely no combos that involve the bow. Now we can throw the side B into the mix, and it's kind of his spear where he can swing it in an arc, and this is actually really good and useful for edge guarding because if your opponent tries to come anywhere near the ledge or above you, you can completely cover that whole range. It doesn't necessarily cover the bottom. It might two-frame, I'm not 100% sure on this, but it is definitely a good edge guarder if someone's trying to recover high or right across. But for below, there's also multiple different options. You can actually come off the stage and side B either towards or away from the stage. I prefer away because if you try it towards, sometimes Byleth will try to grab the stage. So if you side B away from the stage, you can kind of push some opponents offward a little bit and also protect yourself. Byleth has an amazing up B, so you'll almost always recover after doing this, so don't even worry about it. Now we deal with the bow, but in a different way, with his Nair. For his Nair, he simply spins the bow around and is actually a pretty decent move and can get you lots of combo potential. So there's different things you can do here. I don't think any up throw would really work, but either a down throw or a down tilt will pop the enemy up just right so that you can use your Nair and start combo games. Or you can start the combo with the Nair itself. So here I simply do a Nair followed into a forward air and then finish off with the moves that we talked about earlier. And one more extra move that we can add is now that we know that side B exists, you can use a side B instead of a dash at the end or a smash attack that's angled. So simply use your Nair into forward air and then follow up with a side B spin attack, and this could be really useful for a combo setup. Byleth's down B is a super strong Falcon Punch type of move that is very devastating, and in combos, I don't really see a potential for this. Obviously, this is something that you really want to stay away from if you're really trying to win a battle. But if you're trying to go all to the wall here and finally get that last kill and just embarrass your friend, this is something that you can use, because you can actually reverse it in mid-air or on the ground one time, either to the left or to the right, to situate yourself for the ultimate KO. And like I said, it has a potential kill power. I mean, it will completely devastate you around 45 to 50%. So just watch out for that if you're going against a Byleth, because they could switch it up on you. Byleth's up B may look cool, but it's not just cool. It's actually one of the best parts of his moveset because of the potential that it has. Not only can you grab onto the ledge with it from super far ranges, but you can also completely gimp people off the stage. You can actually go off to up B them when they're away from the stage, and even if you miss, the risk is fine because you can get right back because the grapple is so long and there's really not that much lag in between using up Bs. And you kind of freeze in the air for a little bit, but you can grab somebody off stage and it even spikes them downward, which is amazing and something that you can really utilize. And the fact that there's not much risk to it at all, I can see a lot of people using this. And that right there is pretty much Byleth's moveset for combos. I mean, I'm sure people are going to come up with some crazy things once you start playing with the character more, but this was kind of a first day look into what Byleth can do. Utilize those down throws and up throws, and of course the tilt. Up tilt is an amazing combo starter that can hit twice before following up into an up air, and down tilt pops the enemy up just enough so you can follow up with a forward air into either a smash attack, a dash, or that amazing side B that spins Byleth around. So there's a lot of potential for this character and a lot of things that he can do, and of course I'll be playing online matches to see exactly what I can do with Byleth and if I can find any cool tricks to help you guys out online. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. If you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe and like the video if you enjoyed. It helps me out a lot. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one. See you guys.